Hello friends, I hope you all are doing good. So today we will start discussion about Indian river system, which is very important topic. And we know that Indian river system can be divided into two parts: Himalayan river system and Peninsular river system. And again, Himalayan river system can be again subdivided into three: Indus River, Ganga River, and Brahmaputra river system. So today we will only focus on Indus River system. So this is what I just told. Rivers can in India are classified into northern river, which are also known as Himalayan river, and peninsular river. And in Himalayan river system, the three important river system that we have in our country are Indus river system, Ganga river system, and Brahmaputra river system. And when we talk about peninsular river system, although there are many rivers in the peninsular India, but the three most river that we know are Mahanadi, Godavari, and Krishna river. Now let's see some differences between Himalayan and peninsular rivers. What are the differences between these two? So this is something that we should know, that Himalayan rivers are also known as extra peninsular river. Now, what are the differences between two? So in general, Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers. That means they flow throughout the year, whereas peninsular river are mostly seasonal river or non-perennial rivers. And why it is so? Because the Himalayan rivers are basically glacier-fed rivers. Also, they are also fed by monsoons, but basically they are glacier-fed rivers. Whereas peninsular rivers are mostly based on monsoon, and we know monsoon is seasonal. That's why these rivers are also seasonal. Here river water regime is minimum, whereas here river water regime is maximum. These are more suitable for navigation because of the same reason that in 3 point river water regime is minimum, whereas peninsular rivers are less navigable. However, these rivers are also more prone to floods, whereas peninsular rivers are less prone to floods. And Himalayan rivers are also known as young rivers, whereas peninsular rivers are known as mature rivers. So this is some difference between the Himalayan and peninsular rivers. Now we will discuss about Himalayan river system, that it can be divided into three major river system: Indus river system, Ganga river system, and Brahmaputra river system. So today we will only discuss about Indus river system. So this is Indus river system. But before starting discussing about Indus river system, we should know about what is Indus Water Treaty 1960. So as per Indus Water Treaty, rivers have been divided into two parts: Eastern River and Western River. So Ravi, Bias, and Satluj are known as Eastern River, whereas Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab are known as Western River. So as per Indus Water Treaty 1960, these three rivers are given to Pakistan, and Ravi, Bias, and Satluj, these three rivers are given to India. However, that doesn't mean that India can't use the water of Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. India can still use the water of Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab for drinking, for irrigation, and even for hydroelectric power generation. But the condition is that India can't divert the water flow, and some minimum amount of water or volume of water should reach Pakistan. Otherwise, it will be a breach of Indus Water Treaty. So that's all about Indus Water Treaty. And now let's see. We will see basically in this river system what are the major tributaries of any river, and any important projects that is being constructed on that river or its tributary. That will be our point of discussion for today. So first of all, we will discuss about Indus River. So Indus River basically originates near Mansarovar Lake. It's in Tibet. Then we will see the important tributary of Indus, Jhelum. So for every river that we will show here, we should know at least about what are the sources and what are important projects that are going on that river. So this is Jhelum River, and the source of Jhelum River is in Verinag in J&K. And the important projects that are being undergone on this river that we will see in the subsequent slides. But for now, this is for your information. Then Chenab, the source of river Chenab is Lahore and Spiti. It is in Himachal Pradesh. Then we have river Ravi. The source of river Ravi is in Kullu Hills near Rohtang Pass in Himachal Pradesh. Then we have Bias River. The source of river Bias is again in Himachal Pradesh near Rohtang Pass. Then we are having Satluj River. This is basically the source of Satluj River is in near Mansarovar Lake in Tibet again. So in all we can say that the source of Indus and Satluj are in near Mansarovar Lake. So Jhelum and Ravi are basically joining Chenab, and after joining these, the combined name is only known as Chenab. That means Jhelum and Ravi names are no longer used. The combined name becomes Chenab. And similarly, when Chenab joins Satluj, the combined name is known as Satluj. That means Chenab name is gone after that. Two more important point in this from this diagram that we can understand is that we should also be aware about the location where the two rivers are joining. That means Bias and Satluj. The point where they are joining, what's the name of that point? So Bias and Satluj join at Harike. So this location is known as Harike. It is in Punjab. Then we have this Ravi joins Chenab at Rangpur. It is in Punjab again. Then we have Jhelum River, which is joining Chenab. This is joining at Trimu Barrage. Then again Chenab joins Satluj at a area known as Panjnath. This is in Pakistan, and the combined name is known as Satluj. And Indus is joining Satluj is joining Indus at a location known as Mithankot, where Indus basically drops into Gulf of Sindh. So this is about this. And one more important point, that there are some regions which are known as Do-Aap. So Do-Aap basically means the region between two rivers. So it is important and very easy to remember. For example, this is Jhelum, this is Chenab. So the region between them is known as Chez-Do-Aap. CH यहाँ से लिया है, JH यहाँ से लिया है, CHE. So CHEJ, Chez-Do-Aap. Similarly, the region between Chenab and Ravi is known as Rechna. So Ravi से R लिया है, then Chenab से CHE. So this Doab is known as Chenab Doab. And then we have this region between river Ravi and Bias River. This is known as Ravi Bari. This is known as Bari. BEAS से B लिया है, then Ravi से R लिया है, then it becomes BARI Bari. Alright. Then we have this region Doab between Bias and Satluj. This is known as BIST, Bist Doab. So again we have basically taken first word of the two rivers and combined them. So BE basically यहाँ से SIT. So ये हो गया BIST Bist Doab. So that was all about this from this diagram. So basically this is Indus Water Treaty. The main points I have already told you. For further study you can refer this slide. This is same Indus Water Treaty that we have discussed. So this is basically more picturesque diagram of what we were discussing till now. Now coming to the important tributaries that we were discussing in somewhat more detail. So basically this is the diagram that I have prepared. Then Jhelum River. So the source of Jhelum River is in Verinag Spring, which is in J&K. It is the same river, same source on which the city Srinagar is located. Moreover, Vular Lake, this is we know very important lake. So again, Vular Lake is located on Jhelum River. This is important. Then there is something known as Tulbul Navigation Project. This is again on the Jhelum River. Then there is one river which is known as Kishan Ganga River. And this is one important hydroelectric power plant that India had built on this river. And this river, when it enters in the Pakistan, this is the same river which we call Kishan Ganga river in India, is known by the name Neelam. So basically, this is the tributary of river Jhelum, not tributary of Indus. Jhelum is tributary of Indus. So when the same river is having two names, Kishan Ganga river in India and Neelam river in Pakistan. Then Jhelum, I discussed that this is the source, Verinag spring in J&K, on which city Srinagar is located. Then we have most important lake, Volar Lake. Then we have Tulbul navigation project on this river. Then this river enters Pakistan. The area to the left of this green line is basically Pakistan, and this is India. So this is where this river is joining Jhelum. And then second important tributary of river Indus is Chenab river. So basically, Chandra river and Bhaga river, they have combined at a location, at a lake known as Chandrabhaga. So this is located in Lahol Valley. It is in Himachal Pradesh. It's a very important valley in Himachal Pradesh. So after these two joins here, the combined river is known as Chenab river. And then this is basically Himachal Pradesh. This is J&K, and the area to the left of this green line is in J&K, and this is in Himachal Pradesh. So three most important projects that are there on Chenab river that are of important for our understanding and for exam as well is one is Salal hydroelectric power plant, Dulhasti hydroelectric power plant, and Baglihar hydroelectric plant. So this we should know. Then also this Chandra river originate from Jozila Pass, and this Bhaga river originate from Barachla. And so this is about Chenab river. Then we are having this Ravi river. So as I discussed, the source of Ravi river is in near Kullu Hills, at Kullu Hills near Rohtang Pass in Himachal Pradesh. And one important dam which is located on river Ravi is Theen or Ranjit Sagar Dam, which is in Himachal Pradesh. So next river that we will study now is river Bias. So river Bias is basically originating near Rohtang Pass in Himachal Pradesh, and one important dam or reservoir that is there on this river is Pong Reservoir or Pong Dam or Maharana Pratap Sagar. So three names of the same dam here, and this is the same river Bias. It meets Satluj at Harike that we have discussed, and so this is all about this river. Then we are having a last tributary of Indus river, which is a very major tributary as well. This is Satluj river. The origin of river Satluj is near Mansarovar Lake near Tibet. Now, this is having a very important piece of information for us. So Nathpa Jhagdi Dam is located on this, which is 2000 megawatt capacity power plant. It is largest in India, and it is undertaken by NHPC. Then we have Govind Sagar Dam on the same river, Satluj river. Then we have Bhakra Dam on the same river. So this is important point to notice that Bhakra is in Himachal Pradesh and Nangal is in Punjab, because we are so accustomed to this Bhakra Nangal dam that we thought that this is in Punjab or Himachal, but no, Bhakra is in Himachal and Nangal is in Punjab. Then we are having that Pong reservoir that we have discussed in Bias river, and we know that Bias river joins river Satluj, and this is basically the point. And one more important point from this is that Indira Gandhi Canal is basically originating from this point, and this is very important because it is a source of irrigation in the state of Rajasthan, and it has been planned to extend to Gujarat as well. So Indira Gandhi Canal, the length of this canal is around 445 kilometer, and so this is very important to know. Then some piece of information about this Bhakra Nagal Dam is also important. The length of this the length of this dam is around 226 meter. And this is the second highest dam in India and the first largest gravity dam in India. So the question can come, if it is second highest dam in India, then which is the highest dam in India? Then the highest dam in India is Tihri Dam. The height of Tihri Dam is 265 meter, whereas the height of this Bhakra Nagal Dam is 226 meter. So it is clear that Tihri Dam is the highest dam in India. But if we ask, if somebody asks which is the largest gravity dam in India, then of course the answer will be Bhakra Nagal Dam. So this was about Satluj River, and with this we come to the end of our discussion of Indus River system. I hope you find the information useful to you, and in the next video we will discuss about Ganga River system. So for the time, thank you friends, have a good day.